Stop what you are doing. Silence the noise of your world. Turn away from the fleeting distractions and listen with the entirety of your being. For the next few moments, I shall not merely speak to you. I shall speak directly to the giant sleeping within you. There is a silent tragedy that unfolds every single day in the lives of millions. The tragedy of unfulfilled potential. Men and women walk through their days as servants to circumstance when they were born royalty, born to command their destiny. If you allow these words to pass by unheeded, you risk joining them, and that is a fate I refuse to accept for you. Welcome to Napoleon Hill Grateful, the one place on this earth that serves as a forge for your spirit, a gymnasium for your mind, and a sanctuary for your grandest ambitions. This is your ultimate guide to unlocking your full potential. For more than 2 decades, I dedicated my life to a single mission, commissioned by the great Andrew Carnegie himself, to uncover the principles of success and organize them into a philosophy that any person, from any walk of life, could use to achieve greatness. I studied over 500 of the most successful men the world has ever known. I sat with them, I questioned them, I analyzed their every move. I found, with absolute certainty, that they were not separated from the masses by luck, by formal education, or by birthright. They were separated by a specific way of thinking, a distinct method of applying their mental faculties that, once mastered, makes failure an impossibility and success an inevitability. Today, we will journey deep into the heart of my work, far beyond a simple reading of my book, Think and Grow Rich. We will take its timeless principles and infuse them with the most potent catalyst for transformation known to man, a spirit that is profoundly and unshakably grateful. This is not merely about temporary study motivation or a fleeting dose of inspiration. This is about activation. This is about building a mind so resilient, an internal fortress so strong, that you learn to stay hard in the face of any adversity. This is the very foundation of true and lasting self-development. Let us begin this sacred work together. Have you ever paused to genuinely ask yourself why riches, success, and peace of mind seem to flee from some individuals as if they were a plague, while flocking to others with effortless grace? The answer is as simple as it is profound, yet it eludes 98 out of every 100 people. It is because most people are living life in reverse. They wait for their bank account to be full before they adopt an abundance mindset. They wait for the world to hand them irrefutable proof before they will offer their belief. They wait for every traffic light to be green for 10 miles before they will begin their journey. And so, they spend their entire lives in the waiting room of mediocrity, a room where greatness is never called. I am here today to deliver a truth so potent it has the power to shatter the invisible chains of your current reality. The world you experience, your finances, your health, your relationships, is not your master, it is your mirror. It is a flawless, three-dimensional reflection, not of what you want, not of what you hope for, but of the dominant, habitual thoughts and feelings you hold within your subconscious mind. Your life is the physical manifestation of your most persistent inner conversations. If your inner world is a desolate landscape of doubt, fear, criticism, and scarcity, your outer world will inevitably become a barren desert. But if you can, through sheer force of will and discipline, cultivate an inner garden of unwavering faith, unshakable purpose, and profound gratitude, then your outer world will blossom into an empire of your own magnificent design. The master key is this: the subconscious mind does not respond to thought alone. It responds to thought fused with feeling. And the most powerful, creative, and magnetic feeling, the one that accelerates the manifestation of your desires more than any other, is gratitude. To be grateful before the riches arrive, to feel thankfulness before the victory is won, is to send an undeniable signal to the infinite intelligence of the universe that their arrival is an absolute, foregone conclusion. This is not just a pleasant sentiment. It is a spiritual law. It is the starting point of all meaningful self-development and the first, most crucial rule in the philosophy I have dedicated my life to teaching. Allow me to be brutally honest with you, for I would be doing you a great disservice if I were to soften this truth. An ungrateful mind is an impoverished mind, and it will produce an impoverished life regardless of the temporary balance in its bank account. The man who is not grateful for the single dollar in his pocket can never be trusted with $1 million. The student who is not grateful for the opportunity to learn will find no lasting study motivation within the pages of their textbooks, for their mind is closed to wisdom. Why is this principle so critically important? Because an ungrateful heart operates on the frequency of lack. It is a mind perpetually tuned to the station of scarcity. It sees only the missing dollar, the closed door, the past failure, the perceived slight. This intense focus on lack is not a passive observation. It is an active, powerful prayer for more lack. Your subconscious mind, the faithful, non-judgmental servant that it is, hears this prayer of scarcity. It feels your emotional focus on what is missing, and it works tirelessly, day and night, to bring you more circumstances that align with that feeling. You become trapped in a vicious cycle of your own making, experiencing lack and then using that experience as a reason to feel more lack, thus creating even more of it. This is the hidden emergency of your life. Every single day you spend in a state of complaint, envy, or fear is another brick you meticulously lay in the wall of your own mental prison. The bars of this prison are invisible, forged from your own limiting beliefs. You may be working hard, you may be toiling for 12 hours a day, but if your core mindset is one of lack and ingratitude, you are rowing a magnificent ship with giant holes in its hull. You are fighting a war against yourself, and that is a war no one can ever win. This is precisely where the warrior's spirit is required. This is where you must learn to stay hard. To stay hard means to maintain your mental posture of power and gratitude, even when the world gives you every reason to collapse. It means having the unwavering discipline to stand guard at the sacred door of your mind and refuse entry to any thought, any suggestion, any fear that does not align with the magnificent reality you are consciously choosing to create. As I wrote in Think and Grow Rich, you must have a definite chief aim, but that aim must be pursued with the spirit of a person who is already grateful for its certain attainment. This is the very essence of my philosophy of achievement. Now, I can hear the objections rising in your mind. I have heard them from thousands of people. You may be thinking, "But Mr. Hill, you do not understand my circumstances. They are dire. How can I possibly be grateful for crushing debt, for debilitating loneliness, for humiliating failure?" Listen closely, for this is the point where the boy becomes a man, where the girl becomes a woman. This is where the amateur student of life becomes the master of their destiny. This is the great turning point. You are not being asked to be grateful for the negative circumstance. That would be illogical. You are being commanded to be grateful within the negative circumstance. This is a subtle but profound distinction. You are grateful for the strength the adversity is forging within your character. You are grateful for the invaluable lesson the failure is teaching you. You are grateful for the precious opportunity to prove your absolute dominion over your own mind, to prove that your inner state is a matter of choice, not a reaction to external conditions. This is the ultimate test of a man or woman who is determined to stay hard and live a life of power. It is an act of spiritual defiance. This requires the art of daily discipline. I am giving you a command from a place of deep conviction, not a polite suggestion. Starting this very day, you will begin a new, non-negotiable ritual. Every morning, before your feet touch the floor, before the world has a chance to contaminate your mind with its chorus of negativity, you will articulate 5 things you are genuinely grateful for. Do not just list them in your head. Write them down in a journal. Speak them aloud. More importantly, do not just think the words. Feel them. Let the powerful emotion of gratitude wash over you, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. This is not a passive exercise. It is an active, neurological recalibration of your entire being. It is the most powerful form of study motivation for the serious student of life. This daily practice of gratitude is the bedrock of a true abundance mindset. It systematically shifts your focus from the rearview mirror of your past mistakes to the infinite sunlit horizon of your future possibilities. It trains your mind, like a muscle, to see opportunity and advantage where others see only obstacles and defeat. You will support this practice with powerful affirmations, or as I prefer to call them, commands to your subconscious. These are not merely pleasant motivational quotes to be read and forgotten. They are decrees. They are the new laws of your inner world. Repeat this with me now, and etch it upon your heart and mind for every day hereafter. My mind is a perfect magnet for riches, health, and success, and my grateful heart is the divine power that activates it. I see only abundance, I expect only success, and I move with the unwavering faith of a conqueror. It is done. This is how you pivot from a life of fear to a life of power. This is your first great act of conscious self-development. You seize the steering wheel of your mind. You stop being a ship tossed on the violent waves of circumstance and become the captain, charting your own course with the unerring compass of a grateful heart and the unstoppable engine of unwavering discipline. Now, let us move from foundational principle to practical, world-changing application. In my decades of research, which I painstakingly documented in my book Think and Grow Rich, I discovered that all great achievers, from Henry Ford to Thomas Edison, without a single exception, followed a clear, replicable formula. It always begins with a burning desire, which is then crystallized into a definite chief aim. But a desire without the emotional fuel of faith and gratitude is nothing more than a fleeting wish, a powerless daydream. Here is the precise formula you will apply to achieve any goal, whether it is for ambitious wealth creation, academic excellence, or profound personal mastery. I implore you to treat these steps with the reverence they deserve. First, absolute clarity. You must know, with crystalline precision, exactly what you want. Vague hopes produce vague results. Do not say, "I want more money." Say, "I will have in my possession $1 million by 5 p.m. on the first day of January, 2 years from today." Do not say, "I want a better job." Define the exact position, the company, the salary, and the contribution you will make. You must create smart goals that leave no room for ambiguity. This provides the sharp clarity your subconscious mind craves to begin its work. Write this statement down on a card you can carry with you at all times. Second, the law of exchange. Clearly state what you intend to give in return for what you desire. The universe does not operate on a something-for-nothing basis. This is a law as immutable as gravity. You must offer valuable service, innovative ideas, persistent labor, or some other form of equivalent value. This step grounds your desire in reality and activates the law of attraction not through wishing, but through the integrity of fair exchange. Third, the definite date. You must fix in your mind the exact date by which you intend to possess the object of your desire. A goal without a deadline is a dream. A deadline creates a healthy sense of urgency. It forces action, and it eliminates the devil of procrastination. This is the cornerstone of a purpose-driven life. There can be no excuses. Fourth, the definite plan. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, and this is critical. Begin at once, whether you feel ready or not, to put this plan into action. The world is moved by the man who acts, not the man who is still perfecting his plan. Strategic thinking is crucial, but it must be paired with immediate and persistent action. Your first plan may be imperfect, but begin with it. The perfect plan will reveal itself as you move. And fifth, the step that breathes life into all the others, the sacred ritual. Twice daily, once immediately upon rising and once just before retiring, go into a quiet place, close your eyes and read your written statement aloud. And as you read, this is the secret that has built empires. You must see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of your goal. You must feel the emotion you would feel if it were already a tangible reality. And what is that ultimate crowning emotion of accomplishment? It is profound, overwhelming gratitude. You will end your ritual by saying, "Thank you," with the same sincerity you would have if the check had already cleared, the diploma was already hanging on your wall, the great victory was already won. This is the most powerful of all manifestation techniques because it aligns your entire being, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your emotional body with the reality you wish to create. This daily discipline is the great separator between the dreamer and the doer. This philosophy, when applied with persistence, is an unstoppable force of nature. If you are a student, this is the ultimate study motivation. You are no longer studying for a grade. You are forging the mind and character of the successful person you are destined to become. This is the authentic path to lasting personal development. Now, a word of caution. As I revealed in my book, Outwitting the Devil, you must not share this sacred vision with those who would mock it, the drifters, the critics, the fearful. They will seek to poison your faith with their own doubt. Protect your mind as you would a priceless treasure. If necessary, form a mastermind alliance. Find one or two other individuals who share your drive, who understand these principles, and who will hold you to this high standard of thought and action. In such an alliance, a third, invisible mind is created, amplifying the power of all involved. I have not shared this sacred time with you merely to entertain you or to pass the hour. I have come to ignite a fire within you that can never be extinguished. The words I have spoken are powerful seeds. Your mind is the fertile soil. Your consistent action is the water that will make them grow. Your great challenge is not for tomorrow. It is not for next week when things calm down. It is for this very moment. When this podcast concludes, I command you to find a piece of paper and a pen. Do not delay for a single minute. Write down your definite chief aim using the exact 5-step formula I have given you. Write it with the fire of a burning desire in your heart. Write it not as a hopeful wish, but as a formal declaration of independence from your past self, your past limitations, and your past results. Tonight, before you sleep, you will perform the sacred ritual. You will find a quiet space. You will read it aloud with emotion. You will see it, feel it, and be grateful for it as if it is already yours, and you will do it again tomorrow morning, and the next day, and the next. You will exercise this mental and spiritual discipline until it becomes as natural and as necessary as breathing. You will learn to stay hard against the insidious whispers of doubt from within and criticism from without. You will fill your mind with powerful motivational quotes and the profound ideas from the best books on human achievement, starting with a renewed, deeper study of Think and Grow Rich. You will focus on yourself and your purpose-driven mission with the intensity of a laser beam. This is your moment of decision. The path of the drifter is easy, wide, and downhill. It requires nothing of you, and it leads to a place called nowhere. The path of the master is steep, narrow, and demanding. It requires everything you have. It requires discipline. It requires unwavering faith, and it requires a heart that is relentlessly, powerfully, and consciously grateful. This is Napoleon Hill grateful. Remember this for all your days. The power to shape your world is not in your circumstances. It is in your mind, dormant, waiting for your command. Give the command now. Subscribe to this channel immediately. Join our growing community of builders, creators, and believers. Let us walk this noble path of self-development together, armed with an unbreakable abundance mindset and a spirit that will not and cannot be denied. Your great life is not something you find by chance. It is something you build by design. Start building now.